All right. Are we actually live? Okay, good. All right. Yeah, apparently when I just started the stream, it lagged really hard for a second. All right.
Jonathan Ferguson.
Yep.
Since you have traveled so very far, be my guest and let me entertain you!
Thank you, Axe, for the raid. And welcome. We are about to start. I'm gonna give it a little bit more before I start the stream, but we are gonna be playing a bunch of budget PlayStation 1 games today. Stuff all the way from racing games to traditional puzzle games to all sorts of other stuff. Yeah, simple in many different ways. I was a little paranoid because I updated OBS relatively close to when I started. And it looks like the audio is going through alright. But it looked like in the hot fix, it looks like there was some sort of crash fix. Which I wonder if that had something to do with the crashes that I was getting the last couple weeks. Because I do have a lot of browser sources, so that crashing, and it seems to tend to happen, or it was happening relatively close to raids, that I wonder if that is what caused it. But I guess we'll find out. The only weird thing was that it chugged quite a lot when I started the stream. But it is much stabilized now. Alright, let's go ahead and get this ball rolling, shall we? Once I get untangled from stuff. Alright, here we go. So, hello, and welcome to a Sunday edition Retro Rank Rhapsody. Today I'm doing a somewhat special episode of, the show, because this was actually a Retro Rank Relief milestone episode. One of the ones that I had was, if I hit a certain amount, I will do an episode that showcases a number of games in the Simple series. I think the Simple series has come up in a number... We have done games in this series before. I can't exactly... I know card games, I believe it's one of them. We have taken a look at a number of games that were in this series. Power Shovel, for example. The Simple series was a late PlayStation development by a company named D3 Publisher, who is basically a company. They're a company that has a bunch of rights to different video games, and tends to focus on much smaller games. In fact, the Simple, and like it is called Simple for a very simple reason, that being the games are as it says, simple. And they are also Simple 1500 for the PlayStation 1, because each game was 1500 yen, or roughly around $15, which at that time was still very cheap. There was an equivalent. In fact, some of these games came out over here, either just in terms of, hey bear, either on their own. Some of them just came over on their own. For example, Puzzle Bobble 4 or Bust a Move 4 was a Simple 1500 game, although here it just was its own release. They made a lot of them, actually. We're not by any means taking a look at everyone today because there are over 100 of them. We are going to be taking a look at a selection of them. Also, a lot of them are in Japanese because it's game in Japan. But some of them did come out over here. Either there was A1 Games kind of took a lot of the games from the Simple series, but also the competing Superlight 1500 series, which was Success's version of it. And yeah, some of them didn't come over here as a budget line. In fact, one of them, actually two or three of them we're doing today comes from that series. But yeah, we're going to be taking a look at a number of them. I tried to focus on the ones that did not come out over here in English, but it turns out that the ones that didn't come out over here in English are extremely complex in Japanese. Like there are quiz games, which actually was what the thumbnail is from. Games like shogi and like very Japanese heavy games. So if I have the ability to do so, I will be playing these games in English. But a lot of these games, I'm going to be focusing on the ones that came out in this line. For example, there's like a Pink Panther game that came out in the Simple 1500 series. That one is not... I'm not going to be taking a look at that one. Because that deserves its one on its own. There's also an RC car one that's actually based on a Taito arcade game. That one I was thinking of doing, but you know what? That's kind of its own thing because the original was an arcade game. I'm taking a look at the ones that started out as a simple game. So anyway, we have a lot to cover, so we're going to start out. All of these games are numbered, and I'm going to actually start out with the very first game, which is going to be fun because this one is... when you're going to start out, if you're doing like very simple games that cater to a Japanese audience, it's time for everyone's favorite Rummy from Hell game. Where is my thingy? Here we go. So yes, D3 Publisher. There's the people who do this. And oddly enough, Success, even though they had their own line, I think they came afterwards, but they did do some of these, or help with some of these games. Like, say, Simple 1500 Volume 1, The Mahjong. Because, of course, there is a Mahjong game. Not all these games are developed by a whole slew of different companies. This one is done by Chat Noir. Chat Noir is a company that doesn't have a whole lot of games that are available in English because they primarily have done a lot of... despite having a French name, they're a Japanese company that does a lot of Mahjong games. They've actually done a number of the games that Nintendo put out, like the Gatchaman games, I believe, are made by Chat Noir. And yeah, they have a large pedigree of doing Mahjong games. So they're a good company to get for doing the Mahjong. If you do not know what... And this is actual Mahjong, this is not Mahjong Solitaire. I don't know what a lot of this means, but I at least know a little bit about how to play Mahjong, so we're gonna try and get by with this. If you do not know how to play Mahjong, this is not going to teach you, but essentially what this is, it is if you're familiar with Rummy, or games like Rummikub, or something like that, or I think Phase 10 is another game that's like it. It is, yeah, it is very complicated, but essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to form, basically you're trying to get multiple different tiles of the same type, or you're trying to make sequences, because these four are basically, think of them as your royal cards, your kings, your queens, and all that. These are, I believe, the gates, or the winds, which are, one of them's north, one south, each of the cardinal directions. I don't read these. Technically, I believe are Chinese characters, but yeah, I can't read that. These dots, which obviously these are based on, you know, number of dots on the tile. I believe these are the rods, which the number of rods is, you know, there. And this one, I forgot what the technical term for these are, but they're essentially characters. I don't know what these ones are, so that's gonna be fun. But yeah, every time you basically have to take a tile and then you have to discard a tile. And all four people do this, and you can see what everyone discards. So I'm gonna get rid of these, because I don't have a lot of these. Yeah, I'm not good at Mahjong, but I at least understand a little bit how to play it. There are much better ways of learning how to play Mahjong. Okay, you already... So, what the Riichi, what they just did. So this is Riichi Mahjong. This is not traditional Chinese Mahjong. If you get close that you're about to win, because the object of the game is to get your entire board, or your entire hand, to either be a sequence of either matching like triplicates or quads, or sequences. Think of it kind of like, I don't know, like your poker hands, of like your pairs and all that. Also, it is blinking because that person on my left just discarded something that I can make a trio with, which is known as Pong. And then I can take their thing, and I'm going to discard this. Okay, so I got a pawn there. It is generally better to have it so that you naturally drew all of the things in your hand. Oh, they got wrong. Oh, and they got it off mine. So I'm going to take a penalty off that. So if you look at their hand, they had a Pong of the 2 bamboo. They had a sequence. Or no, it looks like a pair of 3. Which went into... They also had a long sequence. And then another sequence of dots. And then they made a... What the hell is going on? Oh, it's... Yeah, that was a confusing hand. So I lost points. Essentially, this is an incredibly basic version of Mahjong. So, as I said, this is part of the Simple series, so it's nothing really to write home about. It's just a very competent Mahjong game. So Chi is the making a sequence. Yeah, this is a very technical game, which I enjoy playing it occasionally, but I'm not good at it. Okay. Ah, so I won. But yeah, like from you saw from the beginning, there's a lot of rule set variants. At least you can't do any other version other than Richi. I don't want Chi. The thing with sequences, in terms of points, is that it's harder to win with making Chi than it is to making Pawn or Kong. So I tend to avoid doing that, even though that's probably a bad strategy. Also, another thing you kind of want to do is you want to kind of have it so that you focus on one particular, like one or two particular suits. So yeah. Actually, this is a pretty damn good hand. Which means I'm gonna lose. Actually, do I have... Okay, no, I don't. There we go. And yeah, so... I believe a total thing of Mahjong is 16 rounds. Because I believe everyone takes a turn at being the dealer, which changes how scoring works. That's so dependent upon what version of Mahjong you are playing that trying to remember what each version does is kind of a nightmare. So I actually like the one, Mahjong Soul, which is a browser game, is actually a really good way of playing Mahjong. Although it is kind of gacha-ish. Yeah. Anyway, that's this. It's, as I mentioned, it is a very simple version of Mahjong. If I knew more Japanese, I could probably, or if I was more familiar with Japanese in comparison to also with my, or combined with my ability to understand Mahjong. Yeah, it's a pretty simple Mahjong game. As that's what is. That's why it's called simple. Anyway, let's go ahead and put that on the board. So we don't have a whole... I think the only Mahjong game we have is the Famicom version. Which that's 17, which... Oop. I misspelled Mahjong. Yep, it is this and that. I think it's average. Like it is. It's... Card games is another game that's like this. Or like in that kind of vein. I think it's just an 11. Yes, it is the Mahjong. So I'm just going to put that 11, and I'm just going to put that to bed because there is really nothing to write home about that one. But anyway, let's move on to our next game. Also, why are you... Oh, I forgot to do this. I was like, why are you not there? There you go. That's better. Anyway, let's go and move on. Next game. What is the next game we are doing? This one is definitely one that I can at least... This one... I at least can definitely play because this is... if you're thinking simple arcade games, or arcade-style games, you know, a Breakout clone is probably as simple as you can get. So naturally, volume 14 is the block Kuzushi, which translates roughly into the block breaker, or the block destruction. It's essentially the Japanese term for what we consider either Breakout clones or Arkanoid clones. But yeah, it is a pedal it's a paddle game. So let's go ahead and load this bad boy up. Yep, that's the wrong button. Also, in my infinite wisdom, I labeled these things the full name, so it's harder for me to see what one I am loading. There we go. There we go. Okay. I got D3 Publisher. So, this is by Tamsoft. Tamsoft is a company that has done a lot of games over the years. The two franchises they're probably known for are the Choro Q / Penny Racers, a series of racing games that were for, I believe, PlayStation and PlayStation 2. But the other one they're probably more known for is they are the makers of Battle Arena Toshinden. But they've done a lot of other stuff, including this, which is, unless you need to read Japanese, but that is the block Kuzushi. So let's go ahead, and I believe this is 1 or 2 player versions. Oh, that's just, okay, that just goes into here. So a lot of things, which is, something modo. So there's 2 different modes, it looks like, and then like an options. Which, Padoru, I think it's vibration? Anyway, let's go ahead and just do this one, because this is the default mode. So despite being a simple game, this actually does some pretty interesting things with the, genre. Namely, there is a timing mechanic. So if you time it just right, you get like a... The only thing is, when you do that, it gets fast. Also, if you hold down square, you move faster. Also, if you get that the timed hit off, you actually can get a little bit of control. So yeah, it's an interesting variation on it. Oh, also there's a nudge, weirdly enough. Which is the only... I think this is the only breakout, like, variant where I have seen a nudge. Also, you want to be careful because you can't do that. I don't think it can tilt. So this one did not get an English release. The sequel, however, did. Because a lot of the simple games, like, they'll have, like, Like, for example, there is simple... I forgot what number it is, but there's the puzzle. But there is also the puzzle 2, which I believe... Or actually, a better example would be... There is the gun shooting, and the gun shooting 2, which are two completely separate games. Also, an interesting thing is whenever you break the second to last block, it will always spawn a 1-up. Yep. Oh, shit. Let's call it that time. Oops. The only thing that I think would make this a better version of this game is if it had Nudgigon support, so that I could have some sort of analog control. There we go. So the only problem that I have with the, like, curve shot is the fact that it's kind of a little... It's a little awkward to control. Because essentially it goes in the opposite direction of where you're facing, or where you're moving. So you have to do it in a very specific way. And as you've seen multiple times, it is very easy to screw yourself doing it, too. But I guess that makes it a risk-reward. Ah, okay. So we're doing a Taito. Oh, that's a lot. There we go. Oh, whoa. Wait. Okay. There we go. Oh, God. Whoop. Yeah, this also gets very tricky very quickly. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's DX Ball, except I don't know if there's a power-up that instantly kills you. Oh, no! DX Ball is very good. There we go. Yep, shit. Yeah, this is surprisingly good for a budget Arkanoid style game. Yeah, that's the... the gravity is certainly a choice. There we go. Nope. Nope. Yeah, Shatter got that. Shatter got a remaster recently. I'm pretty certain. I've never actually played it, and I've heard really good things about it. Yeah, this is a bit of a dick. I don't think Arkanoid ever pulled off anything this. There we go. Hopefully that'll help. I'm going to get this last brick. There we go. Let's see, what do we got? Alright. Oh, that's a lot. Oop. Up. Let's see, do I gotta continue? Up. Oh. I don't understand. I'm just curious what that other mode is. Oh, that's it. That just seems to be like the same mode. It's just. Anyway, also, I'm wondering what is this. Oh, is that... Oh, that's just telling you, like, controls and all that? What's this? Oh, that's probably memory card. Alright, so that was the block, or that was volume 14, the block Kuzushi. A fairly competent, actually very competent, block breaker that can be a little tricky, but good for the most part. Where are my Ergonoids? Because we have Ergonoid returns at 6. Which I think this is just slightly better. Or actually, I wonder, is Arkanoid Returns the best paddle game we have? Oh, Windjammers, technically. Yeah, it's Arkanoid Returns. Yeah, I'm thinking 5. It is a pretty, for what it is, pretty solid game. And I'm gonna thumbs up for the gameplay, because I think they did some pretty neat stuff. Even though you can't see it because it's yellow. But, yeah, I think that's pretty good. So, let's move on to our next game. So this one actually did get a US release, at least. Because we were taking a look at volume number 27, the Snowboard. Where over here they did not have the courage to call something the Snowboard over here, so unfortunately it got its name changed to something relatively as basic, but not as cool as the whatever it is. This is number, as I said, number volume 27. I'm gonna look it up. Or where is it? So this just came out over here as, we'll see in a second. Yeah, and A1 Games did the publishing over here. Atelier Double, who has done a lot of porting work in the past. Yeah, this just came out over here, Snowboarding. Also, it's slightly loud. Let's race. I guess let's start. one player mode. Let's see, we got 2 color. That is slightly unfortunate. Let's play as balance. Let's see, max speed, right on Sonic. Let's just do random. Well, we are in fact snowboarding. So I pretty much just have control of my, like, angle and my jumping. It seems like you build up speed the more airborne you are. Yeah, it really seems like you build up speed as you're in the air, which is certainly a way of doing that. Is it an accurate way of doing that? Probably not. Does this control well? Not really. It does not help that the camera is fighting me tooth and nail. I won. Oh. Or does that kick me out to the menu, or does that kick me out? Okay. Wait, I can do 10 now? Why can I do 10 now? Let's see what the trick mode is like. Let's try the same character. Let's see what kind. Let's see. I didn't do any tricks last time. I wonder if the controls have changed. Oh, it... Oh, it just does tricks automatically if you do jump at certain spots. Yeah, 1080 this ain't. Also, it is impossible to bail, interestingly enough. Yes. Yeah, this build kind of doesn't seem as good. Okay. Well, that seemed... Yeah, I don't know why it sent you to 10. That seems really weird. Also, I'm curious, does it... Oh, it says have... Okay, and I guess it... I like this cheat. Play as a guy from Mohawk. All numbers. So I guess then that will unlock, yep. Okay, so it looks like it's pretty much the same mountain, it's just different variations. Parts of it are harder. That's certainly a way of doing that. Alright, well, that's Snowboarding, aka Simple 1500 Series Volume 27, The Snowboard. 1080 that ain't. Like... That was as basic of a snowboarding game as you can get. That reminds me, have I done Slalom? The NES game Slalom? I've not. How have I not done Slalom? What racing games have I done? Okay, Sonic Drift is at 14. I feel Sonic Drift actually had a little bit more to it, so... Is it Pilot Wings? Hole in One. Pole position. I feel it's a better racing game than that. I don't think that much. I am kind of thinking 16 for that. Pac-Man Kart Rally. Yeah, let's go 16 for that. That was kind of not great. And that's pretty much it. It's just not a great racing game. Anyway, let's move on to our next game. This is another one that came out over here. And this actually came out in the same thing that snowboarding did. I never picked this up because there was 2 shooting games that I saw that came in this collection. There was this, or at least the collection that came out over here. Because I remember like buying a lot of the games in this collection. I was like, oh, I can get a PlayStation 1 game for $10. Sure, I can get 1 game, or I can get 3 games, or like 4 games. So I decided I got a lot of these. And I remember seeing 2 shooters in this collection. There was the one that I got, which was Starfighter Sanvain, which was a really good purchase. Because that game's actually really good. And then there's this, which just had the name Shooting... when it came out over here, it came out as Shooting Space Shot. But in Japan, it was Simple 1500, Volume 35, The Shooting.
でさ、言ってやったんだよ。出てますよって。
何の話？
子供には難しい話。な。まあな。
子供ってバカにしないでよ。
だって、なあ。
いいよ。父さんからの指令教えない。
そこが子供だってんだよ。
だって子供だもん。
わかったよ。ウォルス。だからさ、なんかね、出てんの。
Also, if you're wondering why the subtitles look a little weird, that's just the encoding. That's just what it looks like.
前回の作戦覚えてる？
衛星基地の爆破。
そう。で、あの時爆破した基地にね、帝国の研究施設があって。
研究？何の？
うん。新兵器の開発らしいってことしか分かってない。
じゃあ俺たち新兵器も壊しちゃったってわけか。小級もんだね。
壊してればね。
ちゃんと指示通りに爆破したぜ。さ、まさか言及ってことはないよな。
施設のことが分かったのは昨日だって言ってたから、査定には響かないと思うよ。
で、結局その兵器は？
それがね、いよいよ基地が壊滅ってところで、研究員が帝国の全研究施設にデータを転送しちゃったみたいで。
ってことは、
あちこちに新兵器。
俺たちのせいじゃねえよな。さあ。
まあ、未完成の研究データだったから、実戦配備にはまだ時間がかかると思うけど。
さ、今回の任務ってひょっとして。
そう。新兵器が実戦に投入される前に
叩くってわけね。いや、だってさ、帝国の研究所っていくつあるんだよ。
157の中の5つが僕たちの担当。
さ、ちょっと楽しいだろう。
まあね。
3人で。
There's also a lot of intro for this.
研究に比べればいくらかましでしょ。まあそんな感じ。
結構は
今から。
So yes, this is Space Shot. That's the name of the game. They somehow managed to get it an almost an almost more basic name than The Shooting, which is kind of fascinating. But yes, this is what this is. So, there's a training mode which is not necessary. There's also some options. Oh, do I not have... I am doing this with an actual controller. Like an actual PlayStation controller. The Amusement Buster. So there should be a little bit of vibration. But, let's start.
ボスの調子はどう？
え？ああ、忘れてた。ハローじゃねえよ。
おはようございます。
ござにますって。ニーゴ、まだ治んないのか？
わざと直してないの。可愛いでしょ？
どこらへんが？
可愛いじゃん。ハニーって言わせると、ハニニーって言うんだよ。ちっちゃいに。
なんだよ、ちっちゃいにって。ボス、ハニーって言ってごらん。
ハニに。
ねえじゃねえよったく。もういいよ。で、最初のターゲットはどこだって？
SH5 の工業地区。
ミリオンクレイドルってやつか。のっけからとんでもねえとこだな。
これくらいで驚かれたんじゃ、この先のスケジュールは言えないね。
ありがたい。
So, as you can tell, probably by the name of this, and by the fact that you see a lot of space shooting, this is a shmup. So, this is interesting because it has a number of different mechanics from different games. Namely, it has the lock-on system, kind of from, like the Ray games, like Ray Crisis, Ray Force. But also has the locking kind of mechanisms of, if you remember the game, Sokyu Gurentai is a Japanese name, Terror Diver, where you can, like, lock on in this interesting kind of pseudo 3D thing, but also you have a health bar in this, which is interesting. Also, you have these things which, like, if you hold it down, they'll change the direction you shoot. So it's almost like Soul Feast in that way. But also you have a couple other things, like say this boost, which if you boost into enemies, you will get points. Yeah, also developer of this one has not done a whole lot. Up. Oh, okay, so you can... You can use the boost to... It gives you... You can boost your bullets. Okay.
次は
SJ21 の海上研究所。
海？ 海いいか、海ってのはな、戦闘機で行く場所じゃねえんだよ。まあ広い砂浜でさ、こう可愛いこと、あんなことしたりこんなことしたり。
うっさいな。回線切るよ。じゃあお先に。
帰っちゃおうかな。
ウォルス、早く来いよ。
おお、ああ今行くよ。無線切ったんじゃねえのかよ。
All right. Yeah, this is it's a shmup. Like, there's some cool things in it, but it's also oh. Oh, I see. Okay. It does kind of, like, I was thinking the same thing. Like, it opens up kind of like the same way that G Darius does. Okay, the answer is, can you beam duel in this? And the answer is no. Nope. Yeah, the only thing that, like...
ボス、さっきの戦闘データお願い。
転送しました。
Yeah.
この開発状況と
I did end up getting G Darius HD, which I need to do at some point.
1体目と比較した場合の戦力はかなり上だね。
And one of the most pain in the ass things to set up control-wise, weirdly
で
enough.
もさ、戦ってて思ったんだけど、なんか2体とも似た感触があったんだよね。すごく嫌な感じ。
ああ、それは俺も思った。同じ匂いってのかな。
うん、なんかこう同じ血が流れてるって感じ。
生き物みたいで気持ち悪いな。
そう、生き物みたいな。性能が良くなったっていうよりも成長してる感じ。
ノー、だから気色悪いからやめろって。
そうだな。こんなこと。
Yeah, it's weird.
ニゴ、次は。
DW。
It's also kind of like...
DW8？ つうか遠すぎだろ。
それが兵隊さんの役目なんだよ。
そうそう、早く行かないとどんどん成長しちゃうかもしれないよ。
いやー、一人にしないで。
What are these?
例の件はどうなった？そうか。わかった。引き続き頼む。
ダメだ。
Like, this is definitely a budget game. But, well, actually, I wonder, is there anything to unlock? Let's see, is there anything? Nope. Yes, it is M2 porting it. It has all the little weird gadgets that they put on shmups, and it's great. Like, it seems to be a really good port. But, yeah. Anyway, that was Space Shot. That is about as basic of a shmup as you can get. I think it's slightly better than average, but also it's like, let's look at what shmups we got in 10. Chukataizen, Choplifter, Chariot. Cannon Spike. Alien Syndrome. Megamania. Part 2, Raiden. What do we have at 9? Red Alarm. Jackal. I kind of think the games in 9 are slightly better. I think that's a 10. Like, it's just slightly above average. And again, not a whole lot to really say about it. It's definitely part of the Simple series. But yes. That was either Shooting Space Shot or Simple 1500, the shooting, which actually I'm going to put a little note. Space Shot. There. Also, snowboarding. Alright. Anyway, let's move on to our next game. So, there is a sub-series of the Simple 1500 series that was based on licensed properties. And this next one is one hell of a property to license because I don't know what the tie-in to Bandai was, but they had a tie-in to Bandai, and well, one of Bandai's most notable franchises that has access to is, well, we'll see it in a second. Yep, also I don't think I... So, this, as I said, is Bandai. Also, you probably want to watch it. So this is developed by Highway Star. This is Kamen Rider, the bike race. Based on Kamen Rider, the tokusatsu series, who is notable for usually having a bike, unless you're the modern ones in which you don't have the bike that much, because bike laws in Japan are weird now. But yes. So let's so I believe this is race mode. Open. I don't know. That is, what's it? Run, ranking, and memory card. Oh, that's options. Okay. And that's vibration. Okay. So let's race. I think that's Grand Prix. So we have a number of Kamen Rider we can play as. Let's see, we have Kamen Rider. I'm gonna guess that's the very first one. I'm gonna guess that's another one. Kamen Rider V3. Rider Man. Kamen Rider X. Kamen Rider Anshin? I have no idea what that is. Kamen Rider Sutorn. Oh, it's stronger. Sukai Radida. Sukai Rider? Sky Rider? Supa 1. ZX. Black RX. And 2 unlockables, which does this? No, it doesn't have any cheats. We're gonna do Black RX because it's the one that I'm familiar with, kind of. Even though I mostly just know Black. Also, apparently we were driving at 700 kilometers an hour. By the way, you notice that I'm still in position 2 of 2. Which, by the way, we did not get in first, so therefore we lost. So if you notice a problem with this mode, that it's nigh impossible I wonder if it's just because it's black for some reason has problem? Let's try V3, whatever that is. Oh, cool. So if you just play as certain characters, it's just impossible. Okay. Hope I skipped the henshin pose. Oh, you just spit out for a second. Cool. That has zero impact on the race. Hey, Green Aaron. What? Did he? What? Did... I think this game might be bad. I appreciate that the penalty for dying is like so minimal that it's just, there's no reason to break, just... Oh, I won. Oh. Okay. I think I unlocked. I think I unlocked a new. Did I unlock a new? Oh, I did unlock this one. Oh, is this Kuga? Wait, what was that? Yeah, this game's foul. Like... That is probably, like, technically it is not unplayable, but man, that was, there's phoning it in, and that's like, the game is literally impossible if you hit Black RX, and then it is nigh impossible to lose if you pick a certain other characters. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Just on that merit alone, that's a 21. Like, that's bad. And it's like, oh, you have a damage meter. But also, if it fills up, you just kind of spin out for a second, and then you immediately accelerate into can't lose mode. Well, 666 is usually reserved for cursed games that are actually somewhat amusing. That's just bad. Like, that one is just bad. Yeah. Oh, no worries. But yeah. Yeah, that game is foul. Yeah, I can't really think of much else. That game just... Yeah. Anyway. Let's move on to something a little bit more interesting. And by that I mean not that game. Alright, so we're moving back to the normal simple 1500 games. This one did not get a US release. It did, however, get a European release. And this is Simple 48. I think it's 48. Yeah, it's 48. And this is the Puzzle 2, which I believe the Puzzle 1 is actually like nothing but slide puzzles, so no. Let's see, and then this was brought by Phoenix. And this is Destructo 2. By Axis Art Amuse, which I don't think did anything really. But yes. What are my options? I like that you can change block types. Oh, I want to turn vibration on though. There we go. let's leave normal. And let's look at the rules. Switch rules. Direction pad. Gather 4 or more blocks. You can destroy them with a punch. You die if the blocks push to the top of the screen, or if your life falls to 0, your health will be reduced when underwater, or if you're hit by an exploding bomb. You will gain health when you're above water, or when you complete combos. 3 punches will turn blocking items into items. Okay, so it looks like there's positive and negative. Okay. Let's do this. So this is a match 3. Combined with aspects of a sliding block puzzle, but this actually kind of has okay, that's not what that is. Yeah, it's like Mr. Driller meets Sega... it's Mr. Driller meets Sega Swirl. Oh shoot, I messed this up. Wait, what? Hey, what was the rules for... Did I miss something? Oh, I see. It's target score. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Yeah, so this is kind of weird. Oh. Yeah, so this kind of has, like, some of the same things you do with a sliding block puzzle, but it's not as bad. Yeah, it's like, this is just one of those puzzle games that's like, nothing bad about it. It's interesting. Shoot. Like I say, it's like better than say some like Star Stacker or like. It actually kind of reminds me of Devil Dice in a weird way. Where it's like, it's weird to like get your head around it, but once you do, it's actually kind of neat. Yeah, that's pretty much, it's just like, hey. If you want a game where you, like, lightly have to think about how you do things sometimes, it's fine, but also... Okay, I think this is probably... Yep, I'm dead. Yep. Oh, yeah, I actually got it. Alright, well, that's the Puzzle 2, Volume 48. So, that was pretty alright. So, yeah. That game was alright. And I think I have a perfect spot for that, actually. Let's see, what character puzzle games do we have, or Falling Block do we have in... let's see, Landmaker... V-Tetris. Let's see, what do we have at 7? Street Fighter... Oh, Super Tetris 3. From Below. I like From Below a little bit better, so let's put that at 8. I think it is a perfectly cromulent game. Can't really think of much else to like put charms for it. I think it's just a good game. Also, Destructo. Also, by the way, there was no Destructo 1. They just called it Destructo 2. So, anyway. So, this next one's one of the more infamous of the simple ones, although it's more the sequel to this that more people know of. Of the PlayStation ones, you can almost say this is probably one of the better ones. But yeah, this is the one that I actually... Well, this is one of the 2 quote-unquote franchises that I know came out of this. Unfortunately, this never came out in anything other than Japanese. Also, I don't know how much we're gonna get, how much more that we're gonna get. So this is The Sniper by Best Media. So let's go ahead and start. What are the options for this? Stereo. And let's start. New game. Unfortunately, I have no translation for this. It'll definitely get more involved in a second.
CA クレア・アンダーソン、まさかな。紙袋の中身は携帯電話とヘッドセット、そして封筒。どうやらヘッドセットの方は携帯につなぐためのもののようだ。携帯のメモリーは一件も入っていない。奇妙なのは封筒の方だ。手紙が中に入っていたのだが、手紙の冒頭に復讐するターゲットの一人、トニー・ロレンゾの名前が書かれていた。その後にトニーがカフェドマーナで朝食をとる旨が記されていた。そして最後に CA のサイン。不可解だ。罠かもしれない。これが信頼できる情報なのか。俺にはもう捨てるものなど何もないじゃないか。どちらにしろ書かれた時間通りに行ってみるしかなさそうだ。
Hard-boiled shooting game, The Sniper. Part of Heavy Rain Jazz. So yeah, this one they put a lot more, like... Yeah, Bear did play this one, yes. Actually, Bear played both of them. The sequel's a little bit more infamous. Also, I believe, if I remember correctly, the voice acting for this is actually... like, these characters are, like, very, like, notable. Unfortunately, I didn't get the name. Yeah, like the main character here, or the main character is voiced by the same person who does Char. And like,ト
ニー・ロレンゾ、クレアに直接手を下した実行犯。毎朝カフェで食事をとるらしい。
Alright, so this is our first target. Tony Lorenzo looks like. So you can actually choose which point you do it at. Okay, so...
ハロー、CA よ。来てくれないんじゃないかと思った。ターゲットはもういるわ。 携帯電話で話をしているやつ。これで信用する気になった？
Okay, I think he's the person that... Oh.
"君を信頼するよ、CA."
Also, yes, after every stage you get a credit scene. Alright. Also, we have enough to do, so...
俺は1年間必死に組んだ。
I'm gonna kinda, unfortunately, move this a little bit along.
トニーの死亡記事。ファミリー内の抗争勃発かという見出しがインターネットで流れている。的外れだが、こちらには好都合だ。ファミリー内部でくすぶる火種はいくらでもあるはずだ。誰もが疑心暗鬼になり、本当の抗争になればなおよい。まさか。昨日またあの手紙がドアの前に置かれていた。ターゲットの名前はベルナルド・スカラティ。今日リストランテナポリで予約済みとのことだ。こいつの特徴は人前になかなか現れないことだ。このチャンスを逃せば次はいつ外に出てくるかわからない。今夜が最大のチャンスということだ。次はこいつだ。
Alright. Thought you were gonna skip the intro.
ベルナルド・スカラティ。今日美女2人を連れてイタリアンレストランに現れるらしい。
Okay, Bernato Scarlatti?
Hello, ハリー。ターゲットはもういるわよ。こんな時間からワインを飲んでいい気分みたいね。ブロンドのゴージャス女と一緒よ。よかったわね、見やすいターゲットで。
Hmm. So yeah, a lot of this is you have to find where. There it is. Up. It's like Where's Waldo but with a gun.
何をしているの？早く逃げて。
ああ。目を閉じるとまぶたの奥に鮮やかな鮮血の色が焼き付いたままだった。
どうしたの？
いや、別に。その幸せはいとも簡単に壊されてしまった。またあの夢を見るようになってしまった。
So yeah, I think there's like
ニューヨークの友人の家に行くと
12 stages of this.
ミシガン湖に沈められた。その夢ではなぜか俺は現場に居合わせ一部始終を目撃しているのだ。しかし体は動かない。沈められるときクレアが悲しい目で俺を見ていた。アントニオ・マリッティ。次はこいつだ。アントニオ・マリッティ、汚職麻薬捜査官。歓楽街通いの毎日の日課で公の影響力を個人的に行使。
Okay, looks like leather jacket, white shirt, black pants, black hair with sunglasses.
Hello, ハリー。今回のターゲットはあの事件でもみ消しを行った張本人。頭までファミリーにどっぷり浸かり込んだ汚職警官よ。もうすぐメインストリートに出てくるわ。
Oh! Right in the head.
なぜ俺に殺させるんだ。
殺させる？私が。あなたが殺したいんでしょ。私はただあなたに情報を提供しているだけよ。
俺のことをどれくらい知っている？
あなたが思っている以上に知っているわ。
一体君は。
またね、ハリー。
君は一体誰なんだ。
人はなぜ争う？
Alright, let's do one more stage.
警察の動きが激しくなった。血眼で犯人を探している。刑事部長暗殺だから予想はしていたが、警察の主な関心事は邪魔者を捕まえること。この町で最大の邪魔者は刑事部長を殺した犯人だろう。見つかったらおそらく即射殺。誰が悲しむのだろう。俺がクレアを殺された時のように悲しむ人が何人いる。根拠はないが CA は悲しんでくれそうな気がする。なぜだろう。何の素性も知らないはずの彼女には奇妙な信頼感がある。そういえば CA の話し方、どことなくクレアに似ている気がする。
Yeah, I forgot exactly where this goes, but the story goes some weird spots. The final stage is a little weird because you have to shoot something to have something crush a car.
パンツェッタ・アントニオーニ。偽札事件には計画の当初から関与していた。
Okay, trench coat and fedora.
コートと帽子をかぶっている。
Also, I don't think there's ever any reason to change from the just what it gives you.
ハロー。今回のターゲットはパンツェッタ・アントニオーニ。ファミリーの財務管理を任せられているやつよ。ボスは彼を洗濯屋と呼んでいて、偽札事件には計画の当初から関与していたみたいなの。業界内での評判は悪く、火事で悪徳錬金術師と呼ばれているわ。
There we go. Yeah, I really like this one. Like, I like the kind of the, as I mentioned earlier, where's Waldo with a gun aspect of this one.
動かないで。バッグを置いて。ゆっくり手を上げなさい。動かないで。撃つわよ。あなたは。はっ。待ちなさい。くそ。
Alright.
暗い地の底に沈み込んでいくと
Let's save. So I can continue at a later date. Because yeah, if you go here, I believe to the title, you go to practice, you can see that there are... Oh, it's actually only 8 stages, so we actually finished half the game. So yeah, it is a relatively short game, but it is still kind of neat. Let's go ahead and put that on the board. So. Also, I'm going to go ahead and say we're probably not... Actually... We're not going to get to one of these games, most likely. I think I'm probably going to leave this out. So that way we can just focus on these next two games. Yeah, the Sniper's a really cool game. It's short. But I would say... Like, I see Parasite Eve 2, I see Perfect Dark. Hogan's Alley. Yeah, I'm thinking that's a 6. And the charm of it is really good. And its only crime is that it is way too short. But also, it's $15. So, with that amount of, like, detail that went into all that other stuff, it kind of makes sense. It's a little short. But anyway, let's move on to our next game. So this next one we did actually did come out over here. And we are taking a look, because I feel like since these are all numbered, I feel like there would be, naturally, we should probably, and especially since it gets to that number, we should do the funny number. Let's look at number 69. This is simple 1500, number 69. The Putter Golf. This one did actually come out over here as Putter Golf. So, yeah, let's go ahead and load this up. Also, I should make sure that I actually... Oh, actually, I did not. Give me 1 second. I forgot to do something. Yeah, namely, I forgot to... Great. Guess who forgot to download the English version? I mean, guess who forgot to go buy the English version? Let's see, how big is this? Actually, this actually is a good time. While I fix my slight mistake, I am actually going to be right back. Alright, let's try that one more time. Um... There we go. Yes, this is, in fact, Putter Golf by Amidio. Let's see what are my options. Wait. Is it seriously BGM or sound effects? Okay. Let's start. Oh, good. I guess let's do mixed then. Stroke play versus human, one player. Let's see. Oh, it does actually recognize that I have a multi tap. And let's see, we have a choice of boy, girl, robo, or dog. We're gonna play as dog. Then let's start. All right. Okay. Okay, so you have two different putters. Okay, that was not as... Well, that's a lot more drastic than I was expecting. That seems... There we go. Huh. Okay. Ah, the green. And there's Birdie. Oh. Let's got another birdie. All right. Well. Okay, let's see, what do we got? Okay. Okay, now the question is, does it change direction the moment it hits the dash pad? Yes. Okay, I'm in the rough. But that's pretty straight on. The answer is, how much did it take off velocity? The answer is yes. Oh, what the hell is this? Is that ice? Okay, that's 30 yards. There we go. Okay, I think I've seen enough of putter golf. I think we kind of get the gist of this. It is a miniature golf game, except kind of not, but also yes. It was perfectly serviceable. What? Where do we have golf games? Well, Golden Tee Golf is at 8, and I think I like Golden Tee Golf a little bit better. Ninja Golf's at 13, but I like it better than that. Actually, what's the best rated hole-in-one game? Oh, it's 14. Yeah, no. Let's see. Oh, there's slalom. I just misspelled slalom. Track and field for the NES. iTunes people. Yeah. Blades of Steel. Yeah, I think I'll put it at 9. Like, it's a solid golf game, but nothing to write home about. So, I can't really think of much else, so I think that's good for that. Anyway, last game of the day. We're going to end this off with a character game. We are taking a look at a game based on a franchise that I've heard stuff about, but I've never actually seen anything of it. That being, I believe it's Ninja Science Robot Team, or Ninja Science... I don't know if it's Ninja Team Gatchaman? But yes, we're taking a look at a game based on Gatchaman. I think this actually might be the longest name for a game that I have done. Put in that box. And we still have enough room in that box for the name, but we're getting close. And yes, this is it's Gatchaman the Shooting. Let's start. Let's see, we can play as Ken the Eagle, Joe the Condor, Jun the Swan, or Jinpei the Swallow. Let's be Joe. Here are some people that I don't know who they are. But hey, we are doing something. Okay. So I think that was a bomb that I just did. It's also one of those spots where you have to, like, tap it in order to do a, like, because when you just hit the button, it does a burst. This boss is not great. Oh, we're in a thing now. Okay, and it's a more traditional bomb now. Well, at least this boss is just fully on screen it. Oh, he blew up that King Cobra, I guess. Wait, why am I doing this stage again? Oh, do you have to beat the game as each character? I don't think it's loop 2, I just think... Because usually you don't loop a stage right after you finish it. That wasn't the entire game. Okay, so the bombs are the same between when you're on foot. Oh man, this is hurting my thumb, or my hand. Trying to bash the button. All right. Let's see. Oh, you have to, so yes, you do have to do all 4 stage, or all play as everyone, and then that's kind of annoying. Alright, I think I have seen enough of this, because I'm pretty certain it doesn't get any more intricate than that. Well... Oh, let's see. It wasn't abysmal, but it also wasn't... Actually, before I do this, I actually gonna... Oop, that's the wrong button. I'm gonna reset. I'm curious about something. Oh, there is no... I take it the gallery probably has nothing, no pictures. Is there any... Oh. Oh, it just is that it doesn't unlock everything. Alright, let's go back to this. Alright. So. Yeah, that was an incredibly uninteresting game. What shmups do I have at 15? The original Yard's Revenge, Toy Pop, Vanguard, Victory Road. Millipede. Galaxian. Cinco Verande, sir? Yeah, let me go 16. Tailspin. Rainbow Con. Yeah. I'm thinking 16 for that. It's just not a very interesting game. Also, it is controls because there's no reason for there not to be auto fire. Like, you have... It used 2 buttons. You can... Oop. You had the entirety of the PlayStation controller to your disposal. you could have had one of the shoot buttons be auto fire. All right. Well, with that, that is going to do it. We took a look at 9 games of the over 100 simple series. It is, as you can tell, a land of contrast. Kind of depending upon who they get to make the game. You can get some really neat games like the Sniper or that block destruction game. Or you can get just complete absolute garbage like in the character series and just like in the snowboarding game. So, I'll probably end up doing another episode that's just looking at some of these. But yeah, just wanted to take a brief overview of a number of them. But yeah, I think that'll be good for this one. So why don't we go ahead and close this bad boy out? So, thank you all for watching. Personal Twitter is @LoadedPuzzlo. I have a Discord where you can chat the community, tape on polls, and do other stuff. Keijo put stuff on for Media Delta. I do also have a coffee if you want to help with hosting costs and various other things. Go to cafe.hazel.town and that will take you there. If you are watching this on a VOD, you can watch this live Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. If you do want to watch VODs, the best place to do is at the YouTube channel, which you can find by going to BeKindRewind.hazel.town. Monday, Wednesday, Friday uploads for those. This one will go up on Friday. If you want to listen to us, or there's 2 shows that are not available on Twitch, which are Media Delta and Hazeltown Story. Those are recorded podcasts, which you can listen to at the YouTube channel, or also on the podcast channel, which you can find by going to radio.hazel.town or looking up WLEP Hazeltown Radio in your podcatcher of choice. So, on Friday, we are going to be taking a look at the original Might and Magic, specifically Might and Magic 1, the Secret of the Inner Sanctum. The NES version, because it is the one that is the least pain in the ass to play. Anyway, I'm going to send you all over to Real Slavic Bear, although it's going to be Nemen today, because it is a Dragon Day, so doing pinball, which is always a fun time. So, with that, thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of whatever time it is when you're watching. So, later.